Miia Tzu is a female Vtuber who has a somewhat substantial following on social media, boasting 4,000 followers on Twitch and more than 19,000 subscribers on YouTube. She describes herself as a, quote, big Sonic fan who loves exploring new franchises. Her content isn't unusual for someone live streaming on Twitch, playing video games, interacting with her chat, reacting to things, and posting clips on other social media. So how did this Sonic the Hedgehog obsessed VTuber become the focal point of controversy involving Sega and an attempted derailment of a charity live stream? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Hi, my name is Jordan, also known as CJ, and welcome to Jordan's Soapbox, the show that talks about anything that I want to talk about. Influencers have become a big deal for companies trying to get people to buy their products, with Sega being no exception. The recent financial report from June 2026 states Sega wants to move away from traditional advertising in favor of fandom, celebrities, and influencers. Whether this is a good idea or not, I'm gonna leave that up to you. I don't think it is. It's with that context the Sega Creator Zone exists, which is a platform for influencers to, quote, unlock early access to exclusive recording sessions, codes, and tools designed to help you craft content that stands out. On June 5th, 2025, Miia Tzu announced she had been accepted into the Sega Creator Zone. The backlash was so swift and severe that membership would be revoked the following day. What did Miia Tzu even do, hey, that kind of rhymed, to be booted from the Sega Creator Zone? Quite a bit. One of the largest criticisms were her opinions about LGBTQ folks. Yes, she's one of those people. Specifically, there's this clip.
Whole LGBTQ stuff, I never liked it. I'm not homophobic. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're lesbian.
I'll take things that are bullshit for $1,000, Alex. She turns this bad take into a nuclear one when she starts talking about transgender folks.
However, it is a problem when you're talking about transgender stuff. I feel like you're hurting your body. I think you shouldn't be supporting anybody that says that they're a different gender than what they really are. You're hurting your friends. You're actually this gender. No, these people are hurting, bro. You should not encourage that. If someone tells me, oh, call me a he or a she, I'm not gonna do that.
You're not being brave by doing that, you're just being an asshole. Now, to not sound like an asshole myself, if she was not interested in playing a game or bringing up a topic because it conflicts with her religious views, I'll vehemently disagree, but I understand. But as far as I'm aware, Miia isn't citing religious beliefs for her views and is attacking people for existing. And to make matters worse, Miia is racist.
You're black. I can't be the monkey. Oh, well, that makes it even better, bro. That makes it even better.
I don't need to say why a caricature that's a racist insult wouldn't go down well, right? When responding to someone asking about it, she not only confirmed doing so, she doubled down on it.
I'm asking because I saw a clip of you calling a monkey character a black person name, and then you said it was funny. Is this true? Yes, it was funny. It was funny. If you have a problem with that, then that's not your kind of if that's not your kind of joke that you don't like the joke, then that is what it is.
And said it wasn't racist by absolutely fumbling the definition of racism.
You know what racism is? Racism is when you hate someone because of their race. Now, making fun of stereotypes and stuff like that, that's not racism. That is just making a joke. Just like everyone else. I make fun of myself. I make fun of the way I talk, the way Cubans act. That is just stereotypes. Okay? And when it comes to racism, that's something else. That's you hating someone, getting them away from you because of their race. That's racism. I need you guys to understand what racism is. Please, for the love of crap, because I know how many times people like to say, you're racist because you said this. It's a joke.
Miia, that's not racism. In another clip, she talks about how she feels it's stupid and racist that a certain race can say the N-word while others cannot.
Can y'all stop with that, dude? Again, I have a hot take with that. I feel like it's stupid that a certain race can't say a certain word. Like, that's dumb to me. I feel like that alone is already racist as it is, but you know, that's my take on it. That's my take on it. But again, I'm just being real, okay? I'm not gonna say it though. I don't like to curse. It's a curse word, so I don't like to curse. But it's dumb though. I find that to be dumb. I have friends who don't even mind, but I don't say it anyways.
I think you have some lousy friends, Miia. And to put another nail in the religious values coffin, Miia has a not safe for work Patreon account, which normally wouldn't be worth talking about, but it's extremely funny considering her transphobia and racism. I don't know if she's using AI or whatever for this. She's been accused of using AI for thumbnails, but in any case, it's just funny with posts like, "No one will catch us. I want you." And, okay, I actually can't say that one. I will get demonetized for sure. Yet people give $287.20. Never underestimate the power of simps, I guess. You know, you guys should support someone else. Like me. Link in the description. Plug. This is against the Sega Creator Zone's terms of use. Okay, maybe not the simpy Patreon, but definitely the other stuff, which specifically states that a creator under the program must refrain from, quote, inappropriate profanity, discriminatory or demeaning behavior toward any disability, region, religion, race, gender, sexual orientation, or ethnicity. Therefore, everyone, including myself, in the Sonic community was incredibly confused about how an anti-LGBTQ VTuber like Miia, for context, all the controversy with this started months before the program's launch, was even allowed into the Sega Creator Zone, especially on Pride Month. While there wasn't any official statement about her acceptance, I have a feeling it was due to not doing a thorough enough background check when accepting her into the program. So having her membership revoked the following day due to violations of its terms of use made sense. I will criticize Sega for not doing enough of a background check on people you want to represent your brand. While influencers are not employees of a company in the traditional sense, they effectively are in terms of how they represent your brand, and the damage that they can do if left unchecked, because now it's a mess that should never have happened in the first place. And you thought the title of this video was gonna be clickbait. This is where the original video ended, but then controversy surrounding Miia would reignite again. A short time after all of this happened, Sonic's birthday livestream was announced. Benefiting St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, it was a variety livestream featuring several community members such as Town, Sam Procrastinates, and, most importantly, Emsbury. Similar to Miia, Emsbury is a VTuber focusing on Sonic, playing video games and interacting with her chat. She used to do voice skits for characters like Tails and Amy Rose prior to focusing on streaming.
I love collecting roadkill!
And her voice is actually what you've been hearing in the intros of Jordan's Soapbox these past couple of years. Her content isn't for me personally,
I go to Big the Cat!
but I totally understand the appeal of a high energy and chaotic streamer like her. Importantly, she's not a transphobic and racist bigot. But what does a charity stream have to do with Miia? Nothing. Until her and Sonic Would Love Us reared their ugly heads. Yup, it's time for a reappearance. I've talked about this group before on Jordan's Soapbox, notably in the Rich Monk episode. But for those who don't know, count yourselves blessed, Sonic Would Love Us, SWLU for short, is a far-right hate group masquerading as a Sonic fan group, originating on Twitter, with most of its members holding extremely terrible views about LGBT folks, minorities, and other people that they don't like. Just to give you an idea on how awful these people are, their server has been nuked several times, and its rules state that its members couldn't agree on whether inappropriate fictional drawings of minors were bad. Do I even need to say anything to that? After After the announcement, Crack932, one of its most prominent members, she has a bunch of different aliases, posted a tweet claiming Sega, quote, partners with someone who wants the President of the United States to be assassinated, with an attached image. It's a tweet that is a reference to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump in July 2024. M saying, quote, they missed him? With a gif of Amy Rose. Miia would respond to the announcement of the charity stream a couple days later with the following. It's great that you guys are doing a charity, but you might want to do something about this. Fairness is key, especially when you don't want people to feel excluded as a gaming community. Emsbury is someone who wants people voted sick for Trump to have the worst happen to them and wishing death on the president. These tweets may not seem related, but they are. Miia is a member of Sonic Would Love Us, as if that surprises you, and likely found out about it because of her membership there. Whatever the case might be, these tweets started a harassment campaign directed at Emsbury, who was forced to lock her account for a period of time. Sonic Would Love Us members would engage in utterly deplorable behaviors, such as Crack not so subtly threatening to derail a charity stream meant to help sick children. Others aligned with Sonic Would Love Us, such as Bunsura Dude, which, trust me, he's gonna get his own video on Jordan's soapbox for other reasons, depicted Ems's OC being a with the words, I love being a cringe. I don't even have words for this, or a joke. It's just utterly disgusting. Even Miia criticized this one. Nobody was having an issue with the charity stream. Outside of folks upset there were no new Sonic game announcements for an anniversary year, which was kind of understandable, until Miia and the rest of these Sonic Would Love Us bastards brought it up. But the accusations from these idiots alleged unfairness. If Miia was terminated from the Sega Creator Zone, why was Emsbury allowed on a Sega-sanctioned stream with similar behavior? Not only is this argument immediately invalidated due to the source it's coming from, but the supposed evidence lacks critical context. Emsbury is not a member of the Sega Creator Zone to the best of my research. She was never accepted into the program and therefore is not bound by the terms of service. Sega likely hired her for the charity stream due to her popularity and good relationship with the rest of the community. But let's say for the sake of an argument she was bound by these rules. It does prohibit promoting or inciting, quote, violence, hate speech, harassment, or threats against any individual or group. It's hard though to take this tweet seriously, as this was clearly constructed as a joke making light of a serious event. I don't think it's very funny or should have been made. Ems likely thought so as well, as it was deleted, but it lacks any credible threat. The other tweet cited is one where she states, I wish the worst for anyone who voted for that man, I don't care. But this tweet failed to include what she was responding to. Nintendo delaying Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders due to the impact of his, since now deemed illegal, tariffs. It is a hyperbole. Wishing the worst is far different from a specific threat. For all we know, it could be stepping on Legos. I mean, which is bad. So in both cases, it wouldn't probably be a violation of the TOS. Also, I just want to say, I find this incredibly rich coming from folks complaining their opposition isn't able to take a joke, only to whine like preschoolers when the tables are turned. How
ironic.
So, what is really happening here? Honestly, jealousy. Miia, because of her transphobia, racism, and a sheer number of other problems, will never become popular like Emsbury. She is everything she doesn't: popularity and a good relationship with Sega. She and her supporters likely attempted to bring someone down with them, but thankfully it didn't work. Emsbury did a fantastic job on the stream, and over $55,000 would be raised for St. Jude's. Yes, Miia did attempt to ask folks to donate directly to St. Jude and did condemn some of the behavior that was being done on her behalf. But it doesn't matter. This was a harassment campaign unleashed because of you and your fellow Sonic Would Love Us members. It's thankful y'all don't have the influence you think you do. You are not welcome here. You never will be. I've covered a lot of terrible folks here on Jordan's Soapbox, but attacking a charity stream meant to benefit sick children is a new kind of low. In the strongest terms I can possibly deliver to Crack and all these other Sonic Would Love Us members, fuck you. I encourage everyone to block every single member of this group, which you can do. It's a pain in the butt, but it's not worth your time and patience to interact with these folks. Because folks like Miia will always exist, but there will be streamers out there better than her. Even with pink hair. That's all for this episode of Jordan's Soapbox. Join us next time as, I actually don't know what we're gonna talk about next time. I'll talk.
Alrighty, so I guess I'll talk about my experience with this here VTuber. It's quite simple for me to say this. I only know her through an MMORPG known as Closers Online. It went by many other titles, Closers Global, the list goes on. You know, Closers got passed around to multiple people, multiple companies here and there. Right. So, subscribed for that reason, waited for her to do another video on Closers. Didn't care after a while because Closers was kind of like a dying game, and it keeps dying and keeps being revived, keeps dying, keeps being revived, and repeats. Because MMORPGs are a very hardcore thing, and they're dying in this day and age. So, after a while, didn't acknowledge this chick's existence. Wasn't thinking about her, wasn't caring too much. And that's really it. After that, saw her again. I was like, oh, it's her. But this time, didn't see too much things that were going on, just typical VTuber stuff. I was like, okay, great. Next moment, see her racist comments. I'm like, oh, transphobic comments. Oh, no. We're done. I'm done with you. I don't like you anymore. And unfollowed her, pretty much blocked her on all platforms. After that, more things transpired, more her ops kept getting on her case. I kept liking her stuff because I'm like, fuck you, and I don't like racist people or bigots in general. I don't care who you are. So, after that, right? After that, I get to see more of her. More of her personality. I get to hear more and more things that I don't fuck with. I get to hear from this guy, right? What's his name? Cyberpunk Jordan, right? I get to hear she's associated with a bunch of edgetards. Now that triples down to me not fucking with her. I don't like anyone that goes around edgetards. And you know, I've had my fair share of being around Sonic fans. I wouldn't say in particularly in my community, but I would say in communities that I am associated with. That's all I gotta say when it comes down to Sonic. I'm just gonna let you guys know I'm not a big Sonic fan. I never played all the games. I only played a couple that really aren't in chronological order, if that makes sense. They're not in order. So let's say I played Shadow the Hedgehog. That was a game that I tried to fully complete. Sonic Unleashed. And then a Flash game from the Flash days of when Flash was alive, which is a game of Sonic. I guess it was a fan game, whatever it is. I'm not a big fan of Sonic. I'm not obsessed like these people are. I just know Sonic. I like it, not love it. Like it. That's it. So, it's no surprise that any gaming community has its rotten apples. Always. But then she hangs out with people who are against a community of people who invite others into their little circle jerking bullshit, right? She's also against it, but also will participate being near the same people she doesn't want them to do extreme shit. But yet those people are known for it. I don't understand her for that, but I guess that's what I get from it. So, Miia is just someone you kind of ignore, but don't ignore. She's equivalent to the faithful sheriff, but except the faithful sheriff actually has some backing behind his shit. And, you know, besides the racism, he's easily trollable. He's actually funny to troll. He's better than a certain locale that's, you know, damn near has a hate fan base. But those haters are also in love with him. Probably sexually, I'm not gonna lie. And there's also people who are legitimate fans of him. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is that most of these types of people, they just want attention. And it's either you don't give them attention, or you do. To me, that doesn't make sense. But that's just me, though. So, I think about this a lot of the time. She could have just switched over to a new MMORPG and just stopped with the hateful comments and shit. But no. She knows what she's doing. She's smart. She knows what attracts the most dumbest of the dumb audience. So she's dumb along with them. You know, Miia, if you stick to closers and stop doing all the racist shit, I would have fucking kicked it with you. And that was pretty much it. But another internet figure gets thrown in the trash for me. I don't care. You were not something that was memorable. Oh, shit, I don't give a flying fuck about people like you. Look, I won't ever speak on this person again unless if there's something really fucking critical. Like, it has to be genuinely critical when I say it. Can't just be something that I gotta talk about because, oh, I just hate this person. Like, that's how I do it with everyone that I despise. I don't want to seem like a fan, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make that very much abundantly clear. I do not want to seem like a fan, because if I start constantly talking about the person, now I just seem like an obsessed fan who's hiding his criticism, his made-up criticism, beyond the fact that he's just hate watching the person. So, something critical, not something random to mess with the person on. Guys and girls, there's a lot of trash like this. There's a lot of VTubers who are trash like this. I call them trash tubers because all they do is they try to grift. They try to do the exact same racist grift to try and fit the narrative of some late Gen Z NEET that's sitting in his room hating on minorities and shit. Is obsessed with like schnauzy edits and stuff, and just edits in general. Just really dopamine loop the video type of thing and pretend like he's a looks maxer or some shit, but then will openly defend a Epstein. We'll just say it like that. No, that's what she's attracting at that point. So, ignore these people. Ignore Miia. She's just a person that does typical fucking grift shit. There's nothing to really say on her except I knew through closers. If you guys see someone like this that somehow transitions from something you didn't subscribe to, it's best to just unsubscribe respectfully. I talked to you guys about Miles Morales. Same shit with him. So, subscribing for a good reason is better than subscribing for no reason. just for the person in general. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Otako Uraraka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!